Arizona Wildcats, number 1 seed in the South. The student athletes here this afternoon, Dalen Terry, Benedict Matherin, and Justin Kyer. No opening statement for the student athletes, so raise your hand and we'll find you.
John Titel from hoopshd.com. For any of you, we've seen stuff like Kerr sticking the tongue out and Dalen waving to the crowd. Do you guys win a ton of games because you're cocky, or are you cocky because you've won a ton of games?
I mean, it's just our personality. Stuff like that just gets us going, you know. It's not nothing that we do like on purpose. It's just part of the game, you know. And me doing whatever I do and Kerr doing whatever he do, it's just another edge for our team to keep winning.
Question for Dalen, David Kelly, KVOA TV. And Dalen, throughout the entire season, you've been part of your thing has been about building your brand and whatnot. And we've seen some of the athletes get newer stuff now that they're in the NCAA tournament. Has anything new come along for you? And how does being in the NCAA tournament with this team help in building that brand?
I mean, obviously us winning more games improves my brand. So us still being one of the teams that's still playing, obviously is good for me and good for all of us because I'm not the only one that's building my brand. Obviously, Justin's building his brand, Ben's building his brand. Everybody on our team is building their brand. So, I mean, it's good that we keep playing so our brand can still be on.
Justin Spears from the Arizona Daily Star. For all three of you, just the thought of playing in the NCAA tournament, what does it mean to you, and do you have any memories of watching March Madness?
I mean, this is something that we've dreamed for, since we were kids. So I know it means a lot in the inside, but, we got to stay locked in and focused for, each of our games. So I know a lot of guys are just happy to be here, grateful to be here. I know I am. So, we're going to continue to embrace this experience, but also try to, do it the right way and come out with a win each game. So.
Nick King from 3TV CBS 5 in Phoenix. For any one of you three guys, the lack of NCAA tournament playing experience, what has Coach Lloyd told you guys to prepare you for this?
I mean, pretty much, just getting ready. Watch a lot of film and just stick with what we usually do. Keep the game simple and keeping our fundamentals.
Either of you want it?
I mean, yeah, piggybacking off what Ben said, keeping it simple, one game at a time, Yeah, it's an experience thing, but, I mean, we all played basketball games before. We're not going to look at this at anything bigger than that. One basketball game at a time. We just act like we've been here before.
Have you guys asked him anything with all of his wealth of experience in the tournament?
I think he kind of lets us know. He's been there for the past 23 years, something like that. So he's just giving us, educating us on that stuff. He's been there, so we trust him. That's all we got to do. We don't really got to ask questions because he's got the formula. So we're just going to continue to be behind him and listen to him and focus on winning games.
Dana O'Neill at The Athletic. If all three of you could answer this, I'd appreciate it. Just how would you describe Coach Lloyd's personality? And I don't mean as an X and O, just as a person. Like, what's he like?
Overall, nice guy, jokester, goofy but serious when he needs to be. You just never know what you're going to get with Coach. He's always going to be happy and smile, but, man, he got different jokes. He comes out of jokes with every day, so just a funny guy.
I mean, pretty much the same. Like DZ said, he's a fun guy. He come to practice with a smile, and he's looking forward to learn as well. It's his first year as a head coach, and it's all about learning and giving us his knowledge.
Yeah, as them two said, he's just really he likes to crack his jokes, but I would also say he's really competitive, and that's something I've noticed is he every single game, it doesn't matter who we're playing, what level. He's really, really competitive, and I think that instills in us too. We see how much he cares and how much he wants to win. It just, makes us want to go out there and win for him as well, and win for this organization.
Scott Miller, New York Times. Benedict, question for you. Coach Lloyd is has a history from Gonzaga to now of really recruiting and working well with international players. I know you were already at Arizona, but what have you seen? What would you say it is about him that allows him to relate with international players so well?
I just say his style of play. I watched a lot of games when he was at Gonzaga, and just the players he brought through his program, and the style of play he's playing. I just felt like it was a great fit for me as well, and the international players on my team.
Jason Shearer, Wildcat Authority. This question's for all of you. Was there a moment or a game where you guys kind of said to yourself, okay, we're a pretty good basketball team here?
I think we've always known we were going to be a good team since this summer. We kind of bonded and clicked really early, but you can't go into seasons thinking you're going to be this or that, ranked this or that. And obviously we weren't ranked at the beginning of the year, but we knew we were good enough to be. And then, those tough road games you go on and you see how your team, adjusts and see how close you guys get. We always knew we were going to be pretty special, and we believed in it. And we're continuing to do that.
Yeah, Steve Rivera, allsportstucson.com. Could you talk about just how fun it's been playing in the style of offense you guys play in, as well as defense, because you guys get after it?
Yeah, it's fun. I bet it's fun to watch too. So, everybody touches the ball, everybody gets off, everybody eats. On defense, we all have our accountabilities, and we all do what we have to bring to the table so we can play as fast as we do and make it as fun to watch it. And it's real fun to play. So.
Lena Washington, 12 News in Phoenix. I'm just curious if you guys have heard from any alumni, if anybody's reached out. We've heard Steve Kerr and David Blatt reached out to Coach. I'm curious if you guys have had anybody communicate with you guys, how proud they are of you guys.
Yeah, they're always pretty supportive of us, and we had our alumni weekend back in Arizona a few months ago, and then we got to obviously see a Warriors game on one of the road trips, and we know they're always supporting regardless if we hear from them or not. I'm sure some of the guys here, personally and individually, so we know they're always supporting. We see them on social media, just commenting on certain posts and stuff like that. It's a great, alumni club, so not just, the big names, but also just a lot of people who've been through the program.
Guys, this is for anybody. Bailey O'Carroll with KOLD in Tucson. When you got off the bus and walked into this arena for the first time, you see all the March Madness stuff everywhere. What went through your guys' head?
Just say it's about to be a movie, I'd say. It's my first time, most of my teammates, the first time playing in March Madness, and I just say we're pretty excited. We're going to go games after games, but it's an experience like no other, so pretty excited.
Brent Scrotenbor, USA Today. Question for Ben. As somebody who grew up in Canada, did you watch the NCAA tournament when you were a kid, and how much has the popularity of the tournament there grown in your estimation?
I used to watch March Madness a lot, because my sister played at NC State, so and she the reason why I started playing basketball. So I was tuning in on women basketball because she played, and just say it was pretty fun, and I always wanted to be better than my sister and follow her path. So it's the reason why I started.
Any other questions for the student athletes? One over there, sorry.
Dalen and Ben, both of you guys, wondering how this feels being here, especially compared to last year, and what was that experience last year? Did you even watch that tournament? How are you guys kind of compare the two experiences so far?
We was talking about this the other day. Last year we wasn't even in Tucson anymore while this tournament was being played. So, it's a blessing, and I feel like that was a blessing for us to not even be here last year, for us to have a year like this now. It makes us that much more hungrier that we're here now, and we just thank God, thank everybody that was here for us last year and who stayed the road with us now. So.
Pretty much the same, like DT said. It was pretty hard watching it, but we knew what we had to do in order for us to get to the March Madness. So it was all about motivation and hopefully playing the March Madness pretty soon.
Any other questions? One more here.
You guys mentioned not being ranked to start the year. At what point did you start to feel like maybe being a hunted team and now being a number one seed and a team that a lot of people are picking to win it all?
A lot of those road games, I feel like you could just sense the opponent's crowd. You know, they let us hear it all, and I think those are the times you realize, okay, you don't get big-headed or anything like that, but you just know, like, they're there to beat you. You know, the tough Illinois, the tough, Tennessee, and then the tough conference road games where you just realize how big of a target was on your back, but you never let it affect you, and we never did. Regardless of a win or loss, we played our game and we played our hardest. So I think that's the time we realized, we were looked at to be beat.
Piggybacking off what he said, like this history of Arizona has always been a rich culture, So I mean, even if we didn't have that number next to our name, we still gonna be hunted. Like wherever we play, they always want to beat Arizona. So we know that every time we step on the court, it's other team Super Bowl, whether the number 1 team in the country or the 356th team in the country. So I just want to make that clear.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Okay, thank you very much, gentlemen. Good luck.